almost came onto a black screen. Hello, Darlene. Hi, everybody. It is Wednesday. How's everyone doing? It's November 10th. My birthday is just around the corner. I'm so excited. I am waiting for Sandy to jump on. She's not quite on yet, so I thought I'd just get things running and say hi to some friends while we're waiting for Sandy to join us. So my name is Darlene, if this is the first time you're joining me. And I am with Featherweight Doctor here in Sandpoint, Idaho. The store is, hi Peggy, I'm sad that Peggy jumped on. Hi guys, let me get Facebook's up. Let me get the YouTubes. So today is Wednesday, which means that I am, oh, there she is. Okay. Sandy, you're giving me a little heart attack, woman. Okay. Let me just say hi to a few friends. She's here. She's in the waiting room, everybody. Darlene can stop having a small panic attack. So tonight is a show that we started a few months ago, in which we highlight our online community and other enthusiasts when they, well, let me back up 2 steps actually. So all of our machines are time capsules. Thank you, Polly, for the reference. And the time capsules of the machine have some nostalgic value to us, some even sentimental if they were family machines, or even it was your machine when you graduated from college or high school. And so I like to really forward on the stories behind the machines. That's exactly what this show is dedicated to. I've had some amazing online viewers join me, and tonight is no exception. Sandy Martin has been around for a while on our online community. She is down in Pleasanton, California, I believe. Okay, yes, she's giving me the yes. And she has 4 featherweights. Yes? 4 featherweights. Okay. And she likes Labradors. So I love her. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Sandy, and then we're going to say hi to some friends, and then we're going to have some fun. So there you go. That's the show tonight. Introduction, friends, fun. We're keeping it happy tonight. I've had a rough 24 hours, not nearly as rough as some other people, but I've had a rough 24 hours, and we're going to keep it happy tonight. So everybody, I'd like you to, whoops, Darlene. Why? Okay. I'd like to introduce you to Sandy Martin. So here she is, everybody. Yay!
Hello, everyone.
All right. So let's say hi to some friends, and then we'll get rolling. How's that sound, Sandy?
Perfect.
Right, so I am on Facebook. So Peggy's here, Angel's here, Debbie's here from Kentucky. Debbie, I'm going to put those pictures out on our Friday show. You guys seen the pictures on Facebook this week of the person that turned a car into what looks like a Singer sewing machine? Debbie Sinclair from Kentucky sent me pictures, and we're gonna Google them on Friday Sip and Sew. Kathy's on from Texas. Mary's on from Abilene, Kansas. Peggy says, looking forward to seeing you Sunday. I can't wait for Nebraska. We are gonna have so much fun. SEW. Lisa's on from Phoenix. Joe and Mel. Hi, guys. Down in Mississippi. Christy Willis. Christy Willis is on from Mesa. Oh, you like my glittery shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. Let's see. Judy P's on from Massachusetts. Bernadette is on from Canada. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hi to you. Deanna's on from Napa Fine. Odie's on from Oregon. Bounty's on from Illinois. Franny's here. Oh, she said she's got her mojo back. Uh-oh, look out. Franny's got her mojo. Poor Mary. Mary lives with Franny. Jen's on. Margaret's on. All right, let's go over. Oh, my goodness. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, YouTube is blowing up, Sandy Martin. Like,
we rock.
Yeah, I swear, you guys were quiet little voyeurs for the longest time, and then y'all have found your voice, because look at the comment string. Hello. Let's see. Isabel's on. Polly's on from UK. Kim's on from New York. Yay. Gloria Ann is on. She goes, hey, hey, hey. I probably put the neck wiggle in. Nancy's on from Navarre, Florida. Florida. Hello. Let's see. Cindy's on from Michigan. She says autumn has finally arrived. Are you, Cindy? Are you kind of what's the word? You always are so polite and like not professional. That's not the right word. Just are you just a kind of a polite professional kind of gal? I feel like you never have like a moment like I like to have all the time. But let's see. Sunny's on from Georgia. Denise's on. Evil twin. Evil twin sisters watching. uh, all right, you guys. Let's see. Oh, Mary says that Franny's driving her crazy. You know what, Mary? I understand when sisters drive you crazy. She's like, all right, Denise, are you talking about Denise? I am talking about Denise. All right, Sandy Martin. How you doing, girl?
Hello, everybody.
Look at all your fun stuff behind you. I like
I
your
know.
turquoise pegboard.
It's the cleanest wall in the whole craft room. So that's what you get to see.
My studio space here. This is the cleanest in the whole shop because it has to look presentable to people. So I get it. Oh, Cindy assures me that she has her days, but she always tries. So we talked briefly yesterday. We just kind of did a quick tech check to make sure everything worked, but I really wanted to try and leave this a little spontaneous. So I was going to ask you how you, first of all, tell me how you found the Featherweight and how you like to use her.
I found the Featherweight because about in 2018, I got back into quilting.
Okay.
And I was doing research because my Husqvarna Viking sewing machine, which my late husband bought for me, was starting to fail. And I needed a smallish sewing machine that I could travel with to classes because I was really wanting to take classes.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID hit. And my local sewing place found a little machine for me. And I was like, oh, this is great. But, it's still kind of heavy. And it sews great. It's a baby lock, and it sews great. But I really wanted something kind of light and more portable. And I started doing some research, and Featherweights kept popping up. And so I found one for about $35, I think I paid for a 1964 white Featherweight.
Okay.
And I knew nothing about them.
Did you say $35? That just went in one ear and out the next.
Yeah.
Party, woman. That's awesome.
Her original owner, her name was Genevieve, I found out, because shortly thereafter, I found you, because when I was doing all the research on Featherweights, Featherweight Doctor kept coming up. And so I started lurking in the background.
That's right, you guys. She was She was one of my YouTube voyeurs. She was just in the background, didn't want to say hi, didn't want to engage.
Nope. I was not a social media person at all.
Then I might have you on the show.
No. So I took your Zoom spa day class.
Yes.
And I learned even more because I didn't realize that there was a difference between the white ones and the black ones. And so now I do.
Yep.
And I like the way I need all the help I can get to do a 1/4 inch seam accurately. Okay. Really, I'm 1/4 seam challenged. So that was one of the things that appealed to me about getting a Featherweight, was that they were supposed to be so consistent and the stitching was supposed to be so fabulous. Yes. So I like piecing on them myself. Okay. And it's a lot of fun. And I love antiques, so it kind of goes hand in hand with
maybe everything. This is why we get along. So Sandy had signed up for, this is my first memory of you. So Sandy had signed up for, first of all, back up even further, COVID changed my way of doing business also, obviously. I never would have got on here with you guys. There would have never been an online, tribe. I was a big chicken. I'm just going to leave it at that, because I thought to myself, I'm going to get on and no one is going to be there and I'm going to be talking like a crazy lady to dead air. Like I in the back of my mind, I thought, who in the heck wants to sit there and listen to me yak on and on and on? And so my husband was the one who was like, babe, you're doing this. Like, I love you. And you just kind of need to get over yourself. And you need to do this. So I get on and I've met all of these wonderful women. I mean, like, and men, actually. Well, that sounded bad. Mostly husbands of my female clients, but that sounded really bad. I'm sorry.
No, we knew what you meant.
I have not met a bunch of strange men online. That's wonder why I'm going to step closer to the camera because everybody's saying they're having a little trouble hearing me. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, so I get on and things are going well and I'm feeling like I found my people, right? And then my husband's like, you need to do Zoom classes. And I am a ding dong, like a ding dong when it comes to technology. If it wasn't for my wonderful family, Sandy, doesn't happen.
I'm with you on that one.
So what kind of got me over the hump is last February, Diane Cooper says, we want to hear you yak, darling. It's okay. Thank you, I think. So last February, I was invited as a virtual speaker to join the big Sew Expo in the Pacific Northwest. And I had to get over myself. There's all these times in my life where I'm just like too scared or too, just feel like I'm not good enough, to do things. And then once I'm over the hump, then the comfort is established. It's on. So I had in 6 days at Sew Expo last year, I was on camera for like 9 hours. 9 hours over 6 days. And I figured out all of my stuff and I got all kinds of comfortable. And so as soon as that was a wild success, I was like, I can do this. I can totally do this. And I think you were in one of my first Zoom classes. And I remember
yes, it was.
What stuck out to me was your email address. Didn't I message you and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So how many labs do you have?
Because I can barely handle my one ding dong.
Yeah, we at one time had 3.
3 labs.
3 labs.
The hair. I can't imagine the hair. Like my ding dong sheds twice a year for he molts. I call it a molt for 3 weeks. Where he literally will lie in a little, I call it the donut when they wrap themselves in a little circle because they're cold. And when he stands up, there's a donut, a black donut where the ding dong was sitting. And then it goes away, but I can't imagine 3 because the one is horrible. It's horrible.
It was interesting.
Franny is fishing for information about me on YouTube. Franny?
Uh-oh.
Don't get Denise talking. I need to have Denise on again, too. I haven't had her on in a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but now you currently have no labs because you have little dogs, right?
Yes. We have, when we had the 3 labs, we adopted a Chihuahua Queensland Heeler mix. So she's about 20 pounds. And when we got her, she was about 4 pounds. So she was the size of our largest lab's head. And our last lab left us and went on to the Rainbow Bridge. And it wasn't very long after that when I get this text message with a picture of a puppy in it. And my husband had got into work and he, there's this dog out in the motor pool and nobody knows whose it is. And it ended up being a puggle. And he brought it home because I was at home sick and I got attached to it. I was like, no more dogs because he's in the military. And so at the time he was 3 hours away. So Monday through Friday, he was working away from home. And then he was home on the weekends. And I was thinking, this is kind of nice just having one dog because I was walking these 4 dogs all the time by myself. And so I was like, no more dogs. We're going to wait. I need a break. And I fell in love with the little guy. So yeah, we have 2 little dogs now.
Nice. I have puppy fever bad. Rogue is about to turn 8 at Christmas, and
Mhm.
he has finally
Calm
settled
down.
down. And so we're in this temporary rental, and so there's no way I'm getting a puppy in someone else's house. But
Yeah.
our plan is to purchase our own property come the spring, um, and yeah, I'm gonna be hard pressed not to. We were
Yeah.
at this like farm store yesterday. It's called North 40 up here in North Idaho Panhandle, and actually they're all over the place, but up in this neck of the woods. But there was a gal running around with a 9-week-old yellow lab, and I was like, oh. So of course I had to say hi to it, and she's just
Yes.
like, this little tiny girl's like, yay, this woman's trying to hold it, and um, and Denise or Andy goes, Darlene. He's like elbowing me. So I go over and I'm like, so did you get this puppy locally? She's like, yep, right here in Sandpoint. I'm like, oh, pet, walked away. My husband's
Oh.
like, you didn't ask the most important question. I'm like, there are no important other questions after that question
No.
right now. Oh yeah, I did ask her if there was any if all of the female yellows were spoken for. She said
Yeah.
no. And I'm like, mm-mm.
Oh.
I am out of here. I am out of here.
I call it my big dog fix.
I know.
I
I
see
mug
big dogs.
everybody. What's silly is people that know me know that I have like this photographic mind for people's faces and names. It's actually one of the hardest parts about being, woe is me, right? Online all the time is unless I get to talk to you guys like this, then I'm left with little tiny profile pictures to try and remember what people's faces look like. And so, but I will remember dogs before I'll remember people. And there's like a 5-month-old, there was a Saint Bernard litter. Oh my gosh. And so Vinny, who looks like he's about 65 pounds at 4 or 5 months old, just gangly teenager, all legs, huge paws. And he walks around the bridge because his mommy comes to socialize him here. And he like knows that I am going to mug him. So she always walks in by my shop. I think the kid has literally grown 6 inches in the since like the last time I saw him.
Well, you
And
need
I'm
to
like,
get a bucket of milk bones in the shop so you can
right?
hand
I
them out.
keep forgetting to pick up little dog treats. I know. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Then you should really remember. Yeah, I know. Lisa Meadows, my buddy in Phoenix, says, then you really should remember me by my profile pics. And it's her schnauzer.
Oh.
Lisa, I know your face, girl. I know your face.
That's cute.
Yeah, so that's fun. Well, tell me, so you're a quilter. Specifically,
Yes.
You're not a clothing constructor.
No,
I aspire.
I have tried. I can make Halloween costumes, but if I try to make clothes, inevitably one arm is like 1.5 inches shorter than the other. So my mom was a sewist. She used to sew my dad's suits, his work suits, and all of our clothes. And no, she tried to teach me, and it just didn't.
I feel like that's just a talent. I mean, my grandmother was the seamstress, and she definitely, like, I could sew Halloween costumes. I remember making clothes as a teenager. My mom, during like spring vacations and stuff, because it was both my sister and I at home, my evil twin Denise. Yeah. And she would she'd give us some kind of a project to do for spring break so we wouldn't drive her crazy. And so I remember doing that, but like, Lord help me if I can remember one dang thing about pressing a seam or following a pattern. Like, I think I just can only hold so much stuff in this brain, and that when quilting came in, all that other stuff,
everything else went. Yeah.
Because I just can't. I can't. So what for you? I know you work a government job. So tell me what it is about quilting that checks your boxes.
Well, I think it kind of folds into the whole antique-y thing. It's a historical craft that people used to do, obviously out of necessity back in the day. But it has that tie, and it's just taking bits and pieces and creating something larger that's absolutely gorgeous. Well, I try to make
I'm
it gorgeous.
sure it's absolutely gorgeous.
But I see all these, things that people create, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And it's just, I aspire to do that, to make that creation.
Yeah. Well, I've started. So I had Karen Lee on last week, and she was in Houston, and she was, posting pictures from Houston, and I was just like, what people do with fabric and thread is nothing short of miraculous, first of all, but just art. It's just art.
Yeah.
And it's instead of our medium being a canvas and a paintbrush, we use thread and fabric, and we turn soft and pliable and stretchy things into master. I mean, not me per se, but other people turn them into master.
I aspire, but it hasn't happened yet. I know there's a lady I follow on Instagram, and she created a nautilus out of all these little bits and pieces.
Seashells?
Yeah. And it had all the little tentacles out, and she had left parts that were 3D. And I looked at that, and and she was telling everybody about how she came up with the idea and how she kind of put it all together. And I thought, never in a million years would I have
there is a lady
doing that. And it was just exquisite. And it was amazing.
This job has put me in front of some pretty spectacular people, and I'll never ever forget this one lady. Good Lord, if I can remember her name right now, but she lived in Mesa, and she would take needlework patterns. Okay, so follow me down the rabbit hole here. So she takes a needlework pattern, she cuts fabric up into 1-inch squares. She cuts the fabric at 1-inch squares, and she has like a piece of fabric for each skein of yarn on the. Just keep following me down, and then she will put together 9x9s, which are 3x3s, and she breaks the whole needlework pattern down into 9x9 squares of 1-inch fabrics, and then puts together like a mosaic tile quilt. And I'm not talking like a 40x40. I am talking like 72x90 finished with like 16,000 pieces in it. And this was the part that amazed me. First of all, she did it all on her 222. She had a 222 Featherweight, and she lived in a park model RV.
Oh my gosh.
So now she didn't even have like a room to like set anything up on a design wall or look at, stand back and look.
Right.
She's working in, think of a photograph. Think of a pixel. Think of a pixel in a photograph. She is working within a 9-pixel section. And
amazing.
I mean, holy crap. Like so I met her at a show in Prescott Valley, Arizona. And she said it takes her about a year. She does one a year. And her project that year was a Native American woman that with a dream catcher in it, and it was all these spectacular like purples and teals and blacks, and in the woman's face as she is dreaming up in a dream catcher in the quilt, which was actually a needlepoint pattern.
And that's amazing.
I mean, I've posted some of her work because she actually sent me the next year's project too, which was a Virgin Mary holding the baby Jesus. It was like a Christmas quilt. And I said to her, I'm like, what do you do with all these? Because she's made like, I don't know how many now, 5 or 6. Diane Cooper says, holy crap is right. have you met me? This is Darlene. Super polished. But I said, what do you do with all of these? What do you do with all these? I mean, does your family members get in fist fights over like who's
Who
getting
gets
this
what?
and who's? Yeah, because that's what would come to blows. And if I had access to something like, she goes, no, they don't even like quilting. And
Oh
I'm like,
no!
will you adopt me? Because I think
Yeah, I know.
it's spectacular. Like, yeah, I mean, her things are just nothing short of masterpieces. And the
That's amazing.
hours. Can you imagine sewing
No,
16,000? Yeah, that just
no.
is. Where's the Jeep? Jeep is in the free parking lot, closest row, close to the bank building. Reagan's heading to dance class. Everybody, come.
Ooh.
She's like, hi. Show her, this is your butt. Look at her ballet bun.
Oh, have fun, Reagan.
So, some of you guys know Ray used to dance like pretty seriously, and then she left her dance career to pursue academia and to go to college early. So she's graduating from college now at 18. But she decided when we moved here, Sandy, that she wanted to take like an adult ballet class so she could get back into shape. So you look fabulous. So she's super stressing, which is so adorable because she's gonna blow everybody away. I mean,
Yep, they're gonna go, whoa, where did she come from?
are we in the same class?
Yeah. Is that the instructor?
Right. I'll post a video of her in one of her last performances.
That'd be awesome.
It's pretty spectacular. So what else do you do with your free time, Sandy? I know you work a ton, but what else do you do?
I do, unfortunately. I'm getting close though to retirement, so I'm my house is a mess because my husband and I are both we're kind of hoarders and we collect a lot. So I've been going room by room and trying to sort
a collection. They can't call you a hoarder if you call it a collection.
A collection. Well, it's bordering on hoarder at this point because there's just so much of it. But we camp a lot and we hike and nice. Yeah, we love the outdoors. So, and then on top of that, perfect. Yeah, and then my mom is 90, and so we're trying to help her make tough decisions, and it's really hard. So that's taking up quite a bit of my time right now. But
and she lives in Reno, or
she lives in southern Utah, near Bryce Canyon.
Okay. Oh, we love Bryce Canyon.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. They bought the property when I was 9, and so it's kind of been my second home. I spent there's quite a gap between my brother and my sister and I. I'm the youngest, and so when they found their retirement place, that's what they did. Every break, holiday, that's where we went. So I spent a lot of time there growing up, and it was a lot of fun. So it's kind of my second home.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we I feel like Sandpoint is that for us. We've decided this is our long-term play, and we've been looking here for a while for a piece of property, the right piece of property to develop, and then COVID hit and our plan shifted. Instead of looking for a weekend place that we could develop and make into our forever home, all of a sudden we were like, how do we get here? Like yesterday.
Yeah. We're starting to do the same thing. When I was young, we traveled a lot. My parents started camping when I was 2. And so we've been all over from the Dakotas south and then west. We've been to all of those states, all the national parks, monuments. We've been a lot of places. And when my parents were going to retire, we each got to put in a state that we liked. And we all couldn't decide just one state. So we were allowed 2 states. And my 2 states were Idaho and Wyoming. And everybody else picked southern states. So I've always told everybody I'm going to eventually end up in Idaho. But there's so many people going there. I feel bad for Idaho. So I'm like,
we'll have some kind of a harsh winter, and that will take care of that. So I understand this is the winter. But you should definitely come up here and visit me.
it's supposed to be the coldest winter on record in a lot of places, from what I understand. So
Yep.
I'm like, well, maybe they'll all move. We
That's
can
what I'm
still
hoping
go.
since I'm buying in the spring.
You can stay there because then I'll be closer to you. I can come visit,
Oh no,
take classes.
we are pot committed now. I believe the term is, Sandy. I have a
Yep.
store.
Mm-hmm.
I have obligations, so we are
You are
definitely
rooted.
not. Which, you know what? To be perfectly honest, we have moved around a lot the last couple of years, and um, I couldn't be happier to plant roots here. I mean,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
the people are, well, but not only, it's not just how pretty it is, and it is like one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, but really it has more to do with the people and the
Mm-hmm.
community,
Yeah.
and the fact that, like, when we were, like, the weekend we were, sorry, Aunt Reagan asked me to okay, do something. I'm good now. So the weekend that we were evacuated for the forest fire off
Mm-hmm.
Trestle, and it was, I mean, we had made the decision that we were coming here anyway, but to solidify in our mind by watching people that were listening to the scanners, they heard that the
Mm-hmm.
evacuation orders were coming. They knew the property we're staying on, the people that were there, they had livestock, and people started showing up at
Mm-hmm.
2 a.m. without a
Yep.
stake in the game. And they were one of the next ones to get evacuated, like, because the
Yeah.
fire moved. I thought, holy moly, this is a
Yeah.
community I want to be part of. If
Yep.
this is how they take care of people, their
Mm-hmm.
own, if you
Yep.
will, this is a community I want to be part of. So it was
Mm-hmm.
just really good in our mind. Not that any of it was any good per se, but like for us
Well,
to really, you know, solidify
confirm.
in our mind, it
Mm-hmm.
is way more to do with the people than the natural beauty, because you can find
Yep.
this kind of beauty anywhere.
Yeah.
I met a lady today. This is kind of funny because this is everybody's summer location to come. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of, like, winter visitors that live here, and then they go, you know,
Mm.
to Southern California or wherever to
Yeah.
go south.
Arizona or wherever. Yeah.
So there was a lady in my shop today who was from Alaska,
Oh.
and this is her winter home. Because
Yeah.
she called it balmy. It
Oh.
was like 42 today. She called it balmy, and I'm like, wait, what? Isn't that funny? I had
That
never
is
thought
kind of
about
funny.
it from
Yeah.
the
Alaskan people need snowbird locations too, right?
right, because, you
Yeah.
know, it's like the tundra up there. So
Yeah.
our 42, 44, 46 seems
It's
balmy.
warm. Yeah. They could probably
Crazy.
wear shorts.
She did not. And then there were some other people that walked by today, and they had snow jackets on and
Yeah.
scarves, and they had their snow boots, and I'm like, you guys from California?
California. I always crack up because when we go to my mom's, it's, you know, right now during the day it's in the 30s. It's a little chilly, but I still walk around in my sweatshirt because I'm kind of used to the weather, right?
Yeah.
But we'll go take her to a doctor's appointment or something in, you know, 3 hours away, and people are literally dressed in their Uggs, and I'm like, okay, it's 60 degrees here, people.
Come on. You had
Not
something
really
else in your
cold.
closet.
Yeah.
So I guess I will give you a parting question. So you have
Okay.
4 featherweights. You
I do.
have become a collector of the featherweights. I don't feel the need to revoke your shopping card yet. That's
Okay.
more than enough, you know, for you to maintain yourself. You might slow down a little bit, but anywho, tell me, which one's your favorite and why? Pick
That
your
would
favorite
have
kid,
to
Sandy.
be what?
Pick your favorite kid.
So that would have to be the one that was my grandmother's. So over the summer, after I had gotten the white featherweight, my sister and I and our husbands went to go visit my mom, and I was telling her about getting the featherweight and how fun it was, and she went, "Huh, I think your grandmother had a featherweight." And I went,
Oh my
"What?"
gosh.
And I go, "Mom, where do you think that is?" And she goes, I said, "Does Uncle George have it?" And she goes, "Oh no, it's in the basement." I went, my sister and I kind of looked at each other and went, "Let's go to the basement." So down
Rescue
the street we
mission.
went. Yeah. And we started
I
kind of
remember you
pulling
called
stuff
me.
out.
You
Yeah.
were so excited. You were so
I was.
excited.
So we started pulling stuff out, and I'm like, Mom, there's 2 black boxes here. She went, there's 2? I went,
Oh, she's incredible.
yeah. We pulled one out, and one was obviously my grandmother's. It had a leather handle. One of the latches on the case is broken, but it had all this fun stuff in it, and it's a 1936. It was born in December, or 1935, I'm sorry. It was born on December 30th, according to its serial. But it's got the really pretty faceplate, and it was so much fun to go through her box. So we found she had her oil still in the thing with the little ribbon on it.
Grease tube, so cute.
And then she had this needle threader that was in there.
Oh, I've seen those before. They don't work. They're cool.
It's hysterical. You put it together, and it's got a little bit. So we went through all of that, and it was just so much fun to sit there with my sister and my mom and go through this. So I named her Eleanor Leilani after my grandmother because she was born on Kauai.
What a beautiful name.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But she has to be my favorite just because sentimental value. Well, and then the other machine that was in there was a
Centennial, right?
It's a Centennial, 1951. My mom paid $20 for it at a garage sale.
Like, that's amazing. Well, see, so that's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, you are an amazing source of encouragement for me, and I love hearing these stories about the machines. I hope you and Eleanor Leilani have a long and happy sewing career together. That's so fun.
Thank you.
And thanks
it's because of you. I mean, if I hadn't found you, I probably wouldn't have been interested.
I feel like it's contagious. Like, you know, Mr. McCullum's enthusiasm was contagious for these featherweights. I feel like I kind of got the same enthusiasm for them from him. I mean, he was 100% the reason why I bought my first featherweight Esther back in the day. So that's awesome. And because you've been in the class, I know you will take excellent care of them and know to use them regularly and all of those things. So
yes. And it's been a lot of fun to be part of your community. You know, that Candy was right. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And you have created quite the online family, and there are a lot of great people, and the information that is shared is fabulous. And then it's just fun. Everybody's very nice and fun. And
I would have bet a kid 5 years ago if someone would have told me all of the things that has happened. I would have bet a kid I liked. that would have not been my journey, but I'm so thankful that it is, because you guys are so life-giving to me. I mean, this goes way beyond just a profit and loss statement and a bottom line. I mean, I needed to find a community, and y'all found me. So, I mean, how spectacular is that? One of the things that makes my heart the happiest in all of this is when I see I'm talking to you, but I'm watching a half an eyeball on my thing, and not only have you found community with me, but you have found community with each other, and that's really what it's about. Because everybody was innately born to feel like they belong to something, and to feel like they are not alone in the rowboat of life. And I feel like we're all in our rowboat together. So
we are. It's a big rowboat.
Getting bigger by the day.
We're going places.
Everybody grab a paddle. Sandy, thanks so much for talking to me tonight and introducing yourself to the community. I know we're all really enthusiastic to meet you. So.
Oh, well, thank you. It's been fun. I was like, oh, I get to be on with Darlene.
Yay! All right, girl. Well, have a great evening. Thank your husband for loaning you to us. Now I have a glass in. So, just to give everybody, she's got her cup. Show everybody. I have 2 of these left. The green ones.
Oh my gosh!
Soon. I know.
I love mine.
So my schedule, everybody, for those still half an ear listening. It's going to be kind of weird over the next week because of my Nebraska trip this weekend. I'm going to do my sip and sew from Nebraska, from Omaha. Judy doesn't know it yet, but I'm coming to do the sip and sew. And then Monday I have to cancel my show because I'm literally going to be on an airplane flying back here. So no show Monday. And then Wednesday, I am talking to Peyton, who is the chocolatier downstairs.
I'm really looking forward to that.
I am sorry. I am sorry in advance for your diets, for your calorie counts, for your wallets. He's so funny. He has a big TikTok account, but hasn't done much on social media. And so he's pretty excited. He's pretty excited to join us. So
nice.
There you go. All right, Sandy. Have a great night. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, darling. You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.